fine Saturday to everyone watching. It's the first time ever we're having an Updraft Grand Final in the weekend, and it's with an amazing set of teams headed off into today. Yes, we have Clutch Jeans from Hong Kong and Hike Digital from Indonesia about to bat it out in a best of three. Of course, before we head off into the matchup, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Vertigear and Code Shop. Vertigear, the top chair gaming gamer chair brand trusted by many esports teams. Long hour, no back pain, comfortable chairs for home office and gaming. Get yours now at vertigear.com. And of course, Code Shop. Purchase app and game credits or vouchers online to choose from the most convenient payment methods in the Philippines. With Code Shop, you have instant and guaranteed delivery. Of course, KJC Esports Updraft is co-organized with Cyberport as well. Now, let's talk about the matchup at hand. Like I mentioned earlier, it's between Clutch Jeans and Hike Digital. And let's take a look at the maps that they've already picked up for themselves. The first one, Hike. They picked up Haven, which is not a surprise to me considering how dominating they are in this map for this whole week. This is the map where they 13-0'd a team, 5 nets in the semifinals. The best performance in KJC Esports Updraft semifinals so far. 13-0, the quickest game that we've had in a semifinal. And, well, Clutch Jeans, they might not be happy about that, but they're pretty sure are happy picking up the second one, which is Fracture, a map that they absolutely stomped Oblivion Force at. Oblivion Force, for those of you who don't know, is the VCT Challengers Stage 1 champions in Hong Kong, Taiwan. So, not an easy feat to accomplish, and Clutch Jeans, they did it. So they're looking to make a repeat of that in here against Hike Digital, one of the biggest teams or one of the strongest teams that we have going into this week. And Clutch Jeans, they're at the grand finals to try and best this behemoth. Now, the last map, if we ever get into it, it's going to be split with Clutch Jeans starting off on the defending side. So if I had to predict what's going to happen, I would like to say 2-1, with the first map going into Hike and the second map possibly going to Clutch Jeans, and the third map, well, it depends. But we will see. We will see. We will definitely see. But now, before we head off into the match, folks, I'd like to tell you about a giveaway that we are having. Two giveaways that we are having. The first one being for the viewers from Singapore and Brunei. You have a chance to win a Vertigear chair for free. That's right. You have a chance to win a Vertigear chair for absolutely free. And of course, we do have a VP giveaway sponsored by Coda Shop as well. Make sure to type exclamation point giveaway in chat. That's exclamation point giveaway without any spaces. And the instructions will be brought up there for you. And of course, make sure to follow all of the instructions so you can have a chance at winning at our giveaway. Now, sorry for a bit of a delay here, folks, but we are starting the games pretty soon. And the first map, like I said, Hike is going to be on the attacking side. And in Haven, they have a very, very particular setup. This is the map where they bring out a singular duelist, and it's a Neon. Not a lot of teams do this, to say the least, but they do have a double initiator to back it up without the Sova. So, a very, very unique playstyle from Hike Digital. But the thing about unique playstyles is, well, once you get a read on how they do that specific playstyle, once you watch their VODs, it's basically you basically have a key understanding on how you can defeat that team. And Clutch Jeans, they have plenty of material to study on Hike Digital because Hike Digital has just been popping off this entire updraft, but they've been using the very same composition in Haven. So I would expect Clutch Jeans to be all the ready for this Haven composition of Hike Digital. They have played Haven before as well. Clutch Jeans, they're pretty good to say the least for Haven as well. So I would expect this to be well, action packed to say the least as we head into map number 1. And for map number 2, Fracture, I'm not particularly sure how Hike Digital is going to play Fracture because, well, this week we haven't seen Hike Digital play a Fracture. And this is the first time they're going to have to, and it's against Clutch Jeans, and it is the grand final, so they have to adapt to Clutch Jeans' playstyle. Meanwhile, Clutch Jeans, well, they're very, very aggressive in Breeze. They this is like I mentioned earlier, a map where they beat Oblivion Force, one of the biggest teams in Hong Kong, Taiwan, with a double duelist setup. Very, very aggressive, very characteristic of Clutch Genes. Their playstyle after getting their sort of new roster right now, very aggressive. And it seems like that's one of the things that they're very consistent at. When they are on the on either attacking or defending side, that's when they find a lot of success. Now, the thing is, that's also one of the strengths of Hike Digital. They're both very, very aggressive, and they both seemingly make it work so well. But the difference that I'm seeing right now, Clutch Genes, well, they go all in from composition to play style to tempo. Everything that they do is aggression. One of the things one of the things that they do here is, well, they actually go for the chamber as a sentinel, so basically a very, very aggressive, yeah, setup for them. But finally, Josh here, you're I am joined by my co-caster here, Josh. So hello, Josh.
Hello, Datum. It's been a hot minute. I
Yeah.
didn't realize they can see me somewhere through the stream, and then you just
Mhm.
kept talking. But it's
I'm
okay
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
because we
sorry.
made it somewhere along the way.
Mm,
And yes, this is gonna be a really good matchup,
yeah.
like you previously stated. I'm really looking forward to these teams. I've seen Clutch G's play a multitude of times, and every time, it's been such great series, close games all the way
Hmm.
through 3 map series. And Haven, what better way to start it than on Haven? Am I right?
Absolutely. I mean, Clutch Jeans. This is the second time, if I remember correctly, that they are in Updraft, and finally they make it into the grand finals, only to be faced by the behemoths that are Hike Digital. But here's the thing here, Josh. Hike Digital, they love playing a very specific comp here in Haven with the Neon. It seems like they're sticking to their roots. They're playing the Neon once more.
Yeah. I think looks like they want to opt for the flash in their strategy. I think Neon not traditionally used that much on Haven. I've only really seen Team Liquid use it to full effect, but we're gonna see how Lilo implements this. But the wall very disruptive,
Hmm.
especially when you're trying to take C. I think it's very good at kind of cutting off the bomb site until you're pretty much in and allowing you basically a free pass to clear back site. I think it definitely provides a lot of value. And having Astra out of the meta means it's kind of up in the air for
Yeah.
Brimstone and Omen to slot into that controller spot. And Hike have
Select
gone for
your
the Brimstone
agent.
in this situation.
Yeah, and we all know Maxi Boy loves playing that Omen every single time that it is, of course, permitted by the map. Apart from big maps such as Icebox and Breeze, it's always the Omen that Maxi Boy has always been drawn to, even in the Astra meta, I believe. But now, Hike Digital, very well, exactly the same composition that they did, so no adjustment whatsoever. And Clutch Jeans, let's see what they have to offer up against this comp. Because remember, Hike Digital, with this very same comp and this very same map in the semifinals, they went 13-0 against 5net. So I'm so excited what Clutch Jeans has to offer in response.
Yeah. We're gonna be getting straight into the game pistol round. Looks I just want to kind of see how they choose to set up on this defense, Clutch Jeans, because their composition it's a pretty defender-sided composition, but I think we've been leaning more away from that kind of chamber cipher meta, especially in SCA. But I don't know about EU and NA.
Mhm.
They don't seem to have transitioned completely yet. They're not completely on board. And Chamber, well, he does provide you with a lot of the firepower, but he lacks a lot of the utility that Cypher and Killjoy provide. So I want to see how that kind of affects them, especially on the defense, only having those 2 trips to kind of play around and no, I want to say stalling potential, but he can stall
Mhm.
the trips.
Yeah, look at this. Hike Digital. You can clearly see that they've done their homework. They know that Jeans love to push up, and Oxylus, for the first blood of this entire series, takes out Lilo. So now there's no duelist anymore for Hike Digital, but there's
Wait,
still gate control of C site and Anar Case rather. Now holding down the fort in Garage, down to 37 health, doesn't get the dink quite so as he finally gets taken down by For the Rave. Now it's a 3-on-5 as Clutch G's press the issue in Garage. Don't want to give this away, and Hike good for the 3K, now on a 2 versus 2.
One enemy
And
remaining.
all of a
Last
sudden,
player
Clutch
standing.
Jeans, they made it happen. They're getting the defuse and get the first round.
yeah, 5 players out, 2 from Garage, managed to pincer the site. And Hike, I'm surprised that they did not play out towards long. They had to smoke down in the garage, so they definitely could have crossed back if they wanted to, but I think they got too caught up trying to help the players pushed up in garage, which is why they didn't fall back, and therefore they got pincered by CT. Only one player surviving in the entire round. So Hike, in theory, could go for a force buy if they truly decided, but it looks like it's gonna be 3 sheriffs. And nothing much else to their name, so
Yeah.
the third round buy. They're playing for the third round buy.
That round though, it was a 5 versus 3 at the end of it, and Hike Digital, they almost cleaned it up. It was just the man advantage that made sure that Clutch Gene stayed at the advantageous point. But now, of course, it's the eco for Hike Digital, looking for the frags. Lilo, oh again, with this type of aggression, is just unstoppable. Creates that space. Now the plan is coming through, but the judge just too big from Axelis as he puts out the headhunter, looking for the ace now. Runs out of bullets, so he will be denied, but Clutch Gene secured the bonus.
Yeah, I just want to point out what a play by Lilo. Slipping out of the smoke, coming back in for a second one. Thankfully, the judge was there, but that could have gotten really dangerous if it was an Excelis with 4 kills in the round. 7-1, and he has the operator ready to go in the 3rd round of the game. This is mad.
It seems like he's not getting. Oh, actually, not buying a gun, so just relying entirely on that tour de force,
Yeah.
and perhaps the headhunter. Of course, positioned up in C long, a very controversial position with the jet passive, but Czar, will you be peeking this up? Oh, he does go for the jump peek, but Axelis very patient on the trigger finger.
Yeah, very slow round by Hike. They don't want to give too many guns away, especially they know that this is the round, the bonus round of Clutch Genes, and you don't want to run into that tour de force. So they haven't seen any presence, any side of it yet. So just trying to feel out the map, see where the tour de force is positioned. But they look like they're gonna be running straight into it. The aftershock run, the stun is gonna do a great work in forcing him out. Actually, still alive on this back side. He needs to get at least one here to give them any chance. But Lilo win with a double flash in his face. But they're gonna be able to get the spike down. 3 versus 4 on the retake. It's 2 shotguns and a Spectre. Not looking great for Clutch Genes.
So heavy on the utility. It's so on point as well for Hike. Opening up the angle to line low, but now it's the judge to open up things in garage for Clutch Genes, making them into an even position in terms of manpower. But it's Huey who still has the only Vandal in his hands. A smart cart immediately shuts that jet down. Flash is now coming through, but it's the judge from behind, almost making it worse on the 1 versus 2. But it is Hike to secure that round. 1-2, they're on the board.
Yep. 2 plays survive for Hike. And they make it through the 3rd round. So now Clutch Genes, let's see what kind of response they have to offer up. It's just sort of unfortunate. The tour de force back aside, you got stunned up and you got flashed out of position. Nothing much you can do. Kind of left on an island. I'm surprised Axelis did opt to play kind of that retake setup with his team. But no bother, because they still have another buy in their back pocket. Only a sheriff to work with for the Rave, so slightly hampered on their utility, but still more than enough to win the round, definitely.
We saw how Lila just opened up the site there entirely with a single slide. It's absolutely terrifying to play against that, but that's the thing about Hike Digital's comp. When you've got the Neon out for the count, it's not really much they could bank on apart from their utility to take control of the site. So perhaps that is the key here for Clutch Genes. Take out Lilo and wait for the utility pump to come through, and then perhaps wait for the retake, or just shut all the members of Hike down. But now it's Rolling Thunder available and used by Hike. Gonna open up the space once more for Lilo to come in, just sprinting in, and that's the spike gonna come through as well. Lilo this time gets shut down by Maxi Boy, so this post plan is gonna be a lot easier for the teams.
They already found 1 kill, so 4 versus 5 on the retake, and 5 players alive for Clutch Genes. The Silver Drone being sent out. They're gonna spot out 1 on default. The dot's gonna come in, which signals the initiation. Like, they don't have anyone to break the dot, and Mika is in so much trouble now. He needs help from hell, and the sweep comes for smash cut. It's so good. What a brilliant crossfire by Hike, and they don't lose a single member of the 5-man retake. What?
Oh,
Okay.
that's absolutely scary. I mean, considering the fact that they basically have no Sentinel, I mean, sure, Chamber is a Sentinel, but I would argue that Chamber is the least defensive of all the Sentinels. And even Astra is more defensive, I would say, than a Chamber. And they didn't lose a single member off of that. It's wow. That's all. It's like I'm at a loss for words here, Josh. I mean, it's not really much to say with that. Just Hike looking like they're finally found their groove after winning 2 consecutive rounds and breaking the bank of Clutch Genes. So Clutch Genes, they have to dig deep here.
Yeah. And I don't really know what exactly happened, but I think they were kind of trying to push in despite being stunned up by the breach. The fault line you saw previously went out towards CT, but that's the exact moment that Hike chose to initiate the retake. So I think they were stunned up while they were trying to take the site, which is why they couldn't do it properly. And it's just so unfortunate because they had everything going their way, but two simple flashes just took away everything. So now Clutch Genes falls back onto an eco, and good response by Hike considering what happened in the earlier round. They're looking a lot better.
I love how they made that post-plant defense happen as well. I mean, Hike.
Teleport's ready.
I mean, these two teams, they're both very aggressive, but their playstyles are very, very different. Hike, they sort of have this eggs in one basket sort of composition on the Neon. And Clutch Genes, they have yet to opt for the same shenanigans they did in the semifinal, where they were just constantly pushing up on the defensive side. Now, though, it seems like they're opting to do that as Maxi Boy pushing up against the Sky Smoke. Of course, doesn't only have a Sheriff, but Mika. If he gets the first touch here, that's Maxi Boy activates that ultimate. It's gonna go for another peek right here. Might catch the main member of the G's off the C execute on the way. Hui good for 1, a single retrade. This one's 2 going in the way of Hike, and now they're going to town. It's almost a flawless, but Lilo fell in the end. And Hike secure round number 3 for themselves.
Yeah, great exec against simple and easy. Two-way split. 2 out towards grass, 3 out towards long. And they kind of pencil the side with their superior weaponry and great use of the Seekers, it must be said, by Mika, being able to spot out those players as they come into the bomb site to prevent further loss of weapons. Hike keep it relatively clean, and they're starting to build up a great bank for themselves. Nice cushion, 7.1k on Anarchies. He already has the rifle, so he doesn't even have to reinvest. 6k on Mika. They're looking really, really fine for this half.
Go, go, go.
Just dry peaks off of that thing.
One enemy
I
remaining.
don't even think a flash was used, but Hike again! Shut down this defense so quick as well. Lilo not checking the right corner.
Spike planted.
But it's all down to K Reeves on a 1 versus 3. Gonna have to try and retake B side all on his own. Will he actually offer it, Josh? Considering he doesn't have any cash to work with, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so. I think he'd rather fancy your chances in the next round. Because they're going into another eco, right? So you kind of want that gun up to give them any semblance of... not semblance, any kind of chance into the round. So K Reeves thinks better of it and decides to hold on to his gun. And Hike, they're looking really, really good on this attack so far. Lilo's been making an insane amount of space with this Neon.
Trevor!
So scary. I mean, what can you do against a sprinting Neon? Perhaps if they had an Astra.
Yeah.
Or, I'm not even sure, because even then, Lilo could just actively avoid the stars. Or Hike, for that matter. Now, it's a 4-round consecutive win, and this half seemingly has flown out of the hands of Clutch Genes despite having a beautiful pistol round. I'm actually quite surprised here, Josh, that Clutch Genes have yet to turn up the aggression. I mean, they did in one of those in one of the eco rounds that Well, we all know how that turned out. But now Clutch Jeans, they seem to have not regained their confidence as of yet, because in the last couple of games that we saw them, every single time, no matter what, on the defensive side in Haven, they always push up, perhaps in A or in Garage, but it's only a question of where and when. But now, are we even gonna see that? Because Clutch Jeans, well, it seems like they're just holding to their angles and they're not really going back to their roots as of yet.
Yeah. It, and I think it just comes down to the fact that I think Hike just have better mechanics. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't want to say that. I don't traditionally say that about many teams, but I just think this is a skill diff, if I'm very honest. And honestly, Hike, they you can see that Clutch Jeans, they have the players in the correct positions, especially in the last round they kind of contacted mid. And that's where they were going. But Hike just took all the fights every single time. You see, they had 5C and they still lost again. Lilo's going in. And there goes Kui. And now K Reeves with a huge reply, nearly calling Keanu. But suddenly, well, 2 versus 4. The Bucky's
Off your feet!
in the correct
Comes down.
position. So if they walk into Max 4, he could get a couple. But Mika out the smoke with a triple kill. Axel is the only one to reply, but Smash Cut is there to clean up the last one. And again, they run into the stack, but they get away almost unscathed.
The utility usage, man, it's terrifying. From
Yeah.
that flash from Mika on top of the Rolling Thunder as well, just to make sure that whoever was in that corner had no chance of retaliating with the Bucky. Just on point for Hike. And again, Lilo, the space creator for this team. It didn't even matter that Hui was holding such an aggressive angle with the blades, just immediately shut down by Lilo. Now, still have 2 ults to work with. They have the Orbital Strike and the Finger of Death from
The
Neon.
finger of death.
So it could be another quick one, but Hike, they decide otherwise, they're gonna slow it down.
Again, look at Hike just methodically clearing the space, and they don't go for really complex strategies. If you notice, they just kind of go for the contact. They're like, okay, we gather our troops here, we have a little bit of a read, let's just go see. Look, they have the perfect read. Look, well, the Wraith is playing, he's the only one here, but he's playing such a passive setup that one smoke should deter entirely this aggression. So now he gets 1 kill and he falls back. Smash cut right into the bomb side. The Orbital Strike is going to lend itself into a 3 bomb fight for Hike. And let's just see what he can do with this.
Retake now in the works for the G. This time was at an advantageous position after they've taken out Lilo. They're actually still deciding whether they should commit down in Garage or in CT. But here comes the activation of that low command. In on case, good for 1. Axelis falls. Mika in the cloud burst, shuts down Hui. For the Rave, fortunately, does get that trade off. But now the spike is getting diffused, and everyone's trying to push up from Hike if they want to secure this, and they don't. Clutch Jeans with the 3K, or rather Maxi Boy with the 3K and the diffuse, and Clutch Jeans are now back on the board.
Yeah, I think a little bit over aggressive there by Lilo. He could have definitely picked his timing to go out. I think he was definitely in the position, the lurk position. He didn't have to go first. He could have waited for his teammates to take contact and feed him the information before he picked his timing. So him dying there means they essentially don't have that garage control anymore. So going for that all C long play, it can be powerful at times, but not when there's 5 players staring you down.
Yeah, but the thing is, Lilo's death, it wasn't in vain, right? I mean,
Yeah.
despite Lilo dying in Garage, Hike still was able to take control of site and the plant thereafter. Which is why it was a pretty close round for the most part. Just Clutch Jeans able to capitalize off of the man advantage. So Hike, they still have a pretty good bank to work with, because of course it was a 5-round consecutive win for them. But now Axelis is the one at the receiving end of things. He has to watch out for 2 different angles, and therefore not getting anything out of the op. And again, it's the seaside plant for Hike.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't consider any long presence. I think a slight misjudgment by Axelis. And a Hike again. Back on the floor. And a similar story. Clutch Jeans all familiar from this, like 1 or 2 positions. They don't seem to like to flank very often. I think the chamber may be deterring them slightly, but no flank pressure means that everyone's essentially funneling in from these, like just these common angles. It's just very hard to apply pressure. Especially on this map. I think you kind of, you have to flank. I think essentially, and Fnatic, you know, they know this so well, and they traditionally send more than one player to flank just to surprise the enemy even more, because you'd expect people to come in from the regular positions, but you know, if you send 3 on the flank, then you may expect 1 or 2, but not the third. So that surprise element adds another, like, I guess, depth of gameplay. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't have words. Yeah.
Clutch Genes are just playing. This is a very different look for Clutch Genes right now. They're playing so reservedly.
Yeah.
It's just this one of the things that Clutch Genes was so good at in the past days is that they're so good at setting up the tempo of the game that their enemy can't keep up with them. But now they're the ones that are getting set up by Hike in the middle, and they can't. Like you mentioned, they're not even going for flanks when they should. This is one of the things that they always opt for, and curiously enough, they're not doing it right now. And Hike, well, seems to be pretty ready for it as they go for another execute this time. Side again, being met by no resistance to Clutch Genes. Gonna have to go for another retake. So, they're plant now.
Spike planted.
Yeah, and I really like the saying, like, kind of knowing that you're better is kind of half the battle won. But Genes, they're giving so much respect to Hike, and they don't give this amount of respect to just about any team. And I think this is just really weird. Like, just singing the song of Hike right now. Hike, oh, they do come in off the retake for the Rave. They do one, but Naki's in the corner is gonna get one. Suddenly, Maxi Boy, Hui, up on the retake. 2 players out towards long for Hike. It's Jar and Lilo. Look at the defender spike. Doesn't matter for them. That concuss. Oh my, that was a thing of beauty.
Was that concuss?
What
It was a 2 versus 3 there.
Oh my god, that was insane. Yo.
I know. I mean, oh my. The utility usage, again, I can't overstate this, but Hike, they just love that utility. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm struggling to find my words here, but there was just no way Hike was supposed to win that, but a single spell, a single ability from the duelist, no less, was able to secure that. And you gotta question at this point just how Clutch Genes are feeling, just what's going through their head, because if we're surprised, imagine just how surprised they are. Now again, Hike to
I've got your
take
trail.
control of Garage, but the Bucky just not letting them. Hui holding the line down here, but it's B side where the execute is happening. Lilo already opening it up. Another concuss coming through, and Lilo just on point with them frags. Oxidus will be able to shut him down finally, but now 4-on-4. Everyone's in Garage, and Smash Guard from behind. This might be massive here, Josh.
And 3 players playing the retake, so they don't even have any opportunity to find players in the B side. Should they rotate out, Smash Cut is in their backline for the Rave. It's good for 1, but how many is Smash Cut good for? Oh, he takes a bit too much time, and Clutch Genes will eventually punish. Oh dear, that could have been a massive flank, but I think he kind of flustered when the KO turned around. He kind of flustered, and that kind of caused him to whiff his spray.
Last round
Unfortunate
before the
scenes
switch.
there, but Clutch Genes, what a great retake.
Yeah.
Sid.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised when for the Rave turned around to try and look for cover. He was wait, do I shoot him? Do I not shoot him? He's about to see me, so he just decided to spray him all down. The end of it only getting 1 because he wasn't able to connect with the headshot. So that single uncharacteristic mistake right there was what essentially cost them the round.
Want to play? Let's
straighten
play.
out and gun for the defense. Now playing again reservedly. In A side, there's a triple stack, but they're backing off for Mei Long.
Yeah, backing off is the word, and Clutch Genes never back off. Like, look, they're playing full retake towards the A side. I just think they're scared of the Rolling Thunder.
Right there.
So they're predicting the hit's gonna come in towards this A side, and previously, like we saw previously, they're gonna go in for the full retake. Again, look at this. Look. Hike. just crawling up this space given by Clutch ever so slightly. There's the Rolling Thunder, which signals the start of the execute, and the retake commences for Clutch.
Yeah, at least Clutch G, they know they have the composition for this retake. I mean, they picked the Omen for a reason, and that's for aggression. And now they're gonna activate their own ultimate, the null command, but Mika picks up two. K Reeves will be there for a singular response as everyone's just getting mowed down, and Hike again, they close it down with Mika with the 3K, and 8-4 is going to be the score going into the second half.
Yeah, those flashes around the boxes are so good for Mika, and I think they punish these plays. These retaking plays just get punished so hard by the flashes around the boxes, and I think it's kind of the perk of having Sky, you know, and Sky and Breach. You can kind of cycle your flashes, and you don't really have any kind of you don't really run out of CC that easily, and that's just the perks of having these two on your team. And having this Neon, I think in the beginning people had their opinions about Neon, whether she was good, whether she was bad. Could she replace Jet?
Nah.
I mean, can she replace Jet? I still don't think she can replace Jet, but can she make a lot of space? Well, damn well she can make a lot of space.
And there were arguments that Neon was a Jet killer. Nah. But
people say about everything.
Now looking to kill that Jet, and he does. Hui falls, but Carry's good for a response, taking down Lilo. Now the A execute. Will it be in the works? Because one is pushing from behind. Zar still no one watching from behind Clutch G, so this might be painful for them if this bears the fruit for Hike Digital. And again, another one pushing up from behind. So this is the playstyle of Clutch G's, and Hike just ripping it out of their playbook. And Zar again.
Spike down, attacker
gonna get
spawn.
control of that spike. 1 versus 2, he gets double peak. So now at least Clutch G's buy themselves the real estate, taking themselves in a 2 versus 2.
And Aki firing off some shots. So they're quite aware that he's at garage, but what they're not aware of is that he has the shorty. The shorty comes out and does a significant amount of damage. And Mika, all he needs to do is land one bullet anywhere on this man's body, and he's gone. He's walked out into the open.
Spike
and
planted.
Planting the bomb has absolutely no idea and is absolutely dead to rights. Mika, one shot in the back is gonna do it. And Hike, they start up where they left off. A pistol win in the second half.
And at least Clutch Jeans, they put themselves in a doable position at a 4-round deficit going to the second half, which means that after this round, they still have a couple to work with to perhaps take us into overtime, because Clutch Jeans, that's what they can bank on right now if they wish to utilize that window to their full advantage. This time around though, Clutch Jeans, this is where they want to be. They want to be on the attacking side. We saw it in the first half. They wanted nothing to do with that defense. They just wanted to play retakes. And this is essentially the same spot that they're in, but they're the one getting pushed up from all sides. This time it's NRK. It's good for the first bullet. He's gonna get the kill. Yes, he did. He will. And Zar from behind
Spike
with the
down,
Ares. Again, two quick kills for Hike. Just a single trade for Clutch Jeans. And now again, they're cleaning house. Shorty in the hands of Hui. Will it get one? Yes, it will. Now they're gonna do this all at the same time. Hui, he's getting slid on too by that Neon. Lilo, no fear of the Shorty whatsoever. What? 19 health and a dream. Will he be able to secure the kill? He's moving around. Zar finally secures that round. 10-4 in favor of Hike.
Bit of PM. You'd like to see it?
Yeah.
I think it's one of the most satisfying things knowing that the shorty is panicking, because you only have 2 bullets in the shorty, remember. So after basically every kill you have to reload, and if that's your only weapon, you're basically in for a very rough time because you don't have anything else. You gotta reload. When people come around the corner, you're basically dead. That's why the shorty generally only good for 1.
Yeah.
Hui could have definitely gone more there, but Lilo just toying with his food. And I think this is the difference right now. The Hike just so confident, just oozing with confidence, walking down mid again, taking the fight to Clutch Jeans, not letting them play their game. For the Raven, Maxi Boy luckily able to silence the aggression. One out towards Long. Mika is forced to back off. But again, this chamber again, Wall just slipping through the back lines, and Hui's finally gonna shut him down. So now a 2 versus 3. And Hike Well, they could be losing this round here.
Last player standing.
Well, that is a bonus after all. Hike, they didn't go for the forced buy, which
Stim
of course
beacon
makes
here.
a lot of sense since it's round number 3 of the second half. Oh, Zar really gets digged down to about half.
Spike planted.
With that Ares spam. Does get one, looking for another, but Axios shuts that Ares down. And a lot of damage down by Hike. 3 members fell for Clutch Jeans. Makes you question if Clutch Jeans has enough in the bank to go for the force buy. Yes, they do. Everyone's got assault rifles. Hui even gets that garden and heavy shields. So Clutch Jeans, let's see if they're gonna pick up the tempo now that they finally got the arsenal.
Yep. And now Clutch Jeans. 5 guns up. And Hike, they still have enough money for the reinvestment here. Only 1 away from that orbital strike and 1 away from that total force. So if the Brimstone is able to get 1 kill here, they could essentially play for the retake. That orbital strike just so good at just not only just taking away space from the attackers, but also it's very good at masking footsteps. So you'll see a lot of people walking behind this Brimstone ultimate, knowing that they will mask
Down and
some of their
out.
footsteps. And speaking of the orbital spikes, Hui just gives it to him for free. Another pickup was found somewhere else on the map. So now it's a 2-man advantage for Hike, but they are not satisfied just sitting around. They want to take the aggression again to Clutch Jeans.
Uh-oh. For the Rave. Oh, turns around in the nick of time for the Rave. Will still not be able
Oh,
to
he
win that
still loses.
swing against Zar. So now that's 3 kills for Hike Digital. That's unanswered for in Clutch Jeans. Tail tucked between their legs. Now in a C long. Both Maxiboy and K Reeves. At least they haven't given their position away, but what much can they do? Zar spots them both out with the jump
Launching
peek, of
smoke.
course, and now Hike Digital, they're running to see.
30
And Zar
seconds
looks to
left.
end things
One
now
enemy
without his teammates, and he
Oh.
does! For the 4K and the flawless Zar pick up Hike Digital's 11th round.
Yeah, a little bit disjointed again from Clutch Jeans. Giving up free fights essentially to Hike Digital. And again, just nothing much to speak of. I think Clutch Jeans just not knowing how to respond properly to this aggression by Hike. And Hike more than happy to give them the fights. I mean, they're winning all the duels. They're feeling good. Jar is top fragging. Everyone's going crazy on Hike. So why not just take the fight and just make your opponent bleed even more, I guess. Kind of add salt to the wound, if you will.
Oh, but
Taken
now
out.
the Bucky, ooh, he
They're
doesn't
dead.
find anything out of that shotgun as Lilo again going ham with the 3K, looking for 2 more kills now. Gets down to 22 health, no more heals. Oh, actually, there's still a heal available, so he might dip some more here after Shock goes out.
Last
Smash
player
card
standing.
does fall down. Mika gets another. And Lilo again sliding in. K Reeves good for 1, but from behind there's a Bucky looming. Lilo! Uh-oh, gets the speedway up and running, goes in, close and personal, right in the face of K Reeves as Hike pick up match point.
Match
And
point.
what do you even say about this datum? Well, what do you even say? There's just nothing to say. They're just going in, doing whatever they want. Seemingly no response from Clutch Jeans. And again, Hike Digital looking in full control of this map. And this is really something that we're not used to be seeing here from Clutch Jeans. Normally, they're so good. They're so in control of the game. Especially at this level. Yeah, Clutch Jeans, you take Clutch Jeans as a favor to win against 99% of
You
the
want
out
to
of my
play?
way.
Let's
making
play.
them look easy here.
This time, support again. There we go. Tour de Force finally getting that trade off against Case, opening up C site, but they're already here. Hike, they don't want to give this site away. Seeker's activated as well off of that single kill, and off of that they shut it all down. Hike,
Defenders win.
they make quick work of Haven and Clutch Jeans. Well, the receiving end of it, and Hike 1-0 in the best of 3.
Yeah. And I suddenly, I got a bit of deja vu because I suddenly realized that Hike Digital, they play a bit like Paper X. Just that unrelenting style, just that knowing that you're better and just so willing to take the gunfights at all times, knowing that you have the players to do it. Just you 99% of the time just win and just raw duels alone. Don't get outstratted, just play a simple game. And you'll basically win the map. And I think that is exactly the kind of formula that Hike Digital has taken into this game. and it's been so effective.
Yeah, and they just, well, completely toned down the confidence of Clutch Jeans by picking up the tempo essentially on both sides. I mean, there was some resistance when Clutch Jeans was on the defending side. Their retakes were there were signs of life for Clutch Jeans. The retakes they made it work, but when it came to the aggress, man, they just out aggressed. They got out aggressed by Hike on the defensive side. But that is just the first series, the first game of this best of 3 series. Stay tuned, folks, because we'll be back after a few minutes with game number 2.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second map between Clutch Jeans and Hike Digital. We saw an absolute blowout on the first map. Hike Digital taking it convincingly 13-5. It looked a little bit close in the beginning, but once Hike Digital got the ball rolling, there was really no stopping them.
Yeah. And
Before we proceed on with this second map, I would just like to give a huge shout out to our sponsors, Vertigear and Coda Shop. Vertigear, the top gamer chair brand trusted by many esports teams. Long hour, no back pain, comfortable chairs for home office and gaming. Get yours now at vertigear.com. And Coda Shop, if you purchase app and in-game credits or vouchers online choose from the most convenient payment methods in the Philippines. With Coda Shop, you have instant and guaranteed delivery.
we do have a couple of giveaways ongoing as well. If you are one of our viewers from Singapore and Brunei, you have a chance at winning a Vertigear chair for absolutely free. That's right. You heard that right. You can get the Vertigear chair for free. Just type exclamation point giveaway in chat and follow all of the instructions right there. And of course, we do have a brand new shiny platform for the free agents out there, especially or particularly in APAC. If you are a free agent currently looking for an organization to join or company to join, make sure to sign up for our platform. It's at gg.kjcesports.com, and who knows, you might get picked up there. And now, let's get back into the series here, Josh. The second map, Fracture. Clutch Jeans, they picked it up. So, this is a map where they actually pulled up a little bit of an upset against Oblivion Force, the top team right now in Hong Kong, Taiwan. They won 13-9 with again another very aggressive setup. They had a double duelist, a Raze Arena, and then a lot of utility on the breach, and then again some more aggression with a chamber, and then a sprinkling of a defense with the Viper. Let's see though if this time Clutch Jeans will be able to find the confidence which was seemingly lacking in game number one.
Yeah. And I think regardless of how you look at it, whether you decide to go with an aggressive comp or not, I think there are a few things that you absolutely essential on this map. I think previously, I would have said Viper would have been an absolute essential on this map, but I think kinda with her nerfs and the fact that you can't put up the smoke on the wall at the same time, it kinda deters teams, I guess, from using Viper. And so I think the absolute essential on this map is Chamber. I think that Tour de Force
Yeah.
is such great value, and being able to take over rather these long sidelines with the Tour de Force, it's just such a powerful tool in your arsenal that you just can't afford to give up. This very stage in the game, like you can afford to give up Jet, but I think it's just so important to have that Tour de Force on your team. And
Mm.
I want to say that this map I want to say that Neon is a really good
Oh
pick.
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure. But I just don't think it's everyone's flavor. But I think if
Mhm.
you can make it work with your aggression, I think it can be one of the greatest things.
Yeah, perhaps. This hike digital we're talking about as well. So it's a
Mm.
definite possibility that we're gonna be seeing a Neon the second time in a row in this grand finals. But like I said earlier at the start of the broadcast, we've yet to see Hike Digital play and Fracture, and it seems like Clutch Jeans. This is a map that they've practiced a lot in well this year because they are looking like they've figured out the composition already in this map. Like I said, very aggressive race with the breach combo blast spec into well the stun. They seemingly made it work really, really well against Oblivion Force in the semifinal. But the thing is, they did it at such a fast pace. They did it at their very own tempo, and they forced Oblivion Force to play at that tempo. Now, though, it seems like Hike is the one that's doing that to them. And Clutch Jeans, it's gonna take a lot to to reverse the roles here, so to speak. But perhaps they will because it's a fresh map. Perhaps Hike doesn't have a lot of experience in this map, and Clutch Jeans, well, they're about to find that out in this next matchup.
Yeah, and I think we've really seen Fracture been something that a lot of teams shy away from.
Mm.
And whether that's just due to the complexity or the nature of the map or the angles, I think it's just something that if you have in your back pocket, it's just such a great map that you can add to your map pool. Not a lot of teams pick it, but a lot of teams leave it as their permaban actually. So if you know that and you start to prepare other maps against them, it could be such a great thing, and things like that. You know, Fracture being one of the maps where not many people have actually thought about or really study that much. That's why you saw, traditionally a lot of these teams, like for example, Fnatic, they just took over this map and it suddenly looks so scary. Fnatic, Gambit, now known as M3 champions,
Yeah.
play a lot of Fracture and they're so good at it. And obviously, M3C being the pioneers, of this Sage meta on Fracture. And Sage is another pick I'd like to talk about because much like the Neon, it doesn't fit in the category of what you would consider to be meta
Hmm.
per se. But I think on this map, especially, Sage is just one of those picks where you don't think it's great, but suddenly the Sage provides you with so much of that utility and stopping power that you need, especially on the defense.
You know what? I just realized something, Josh. Maybe Hike is
The
it's a
Sage
definite
team.
possibility that Hike will go for the exact same comp that they did in Haven because, well, Fracture and Haven are somewhat similar in the sense that there's a lot of tight angles, a lot of tight corridors at the entrances into the sites, but they're hovering the stage and locking up on
Yeah.
NRK, so they're mixing it up flavor wise in the agents. But Clutch Jeans, they're sticking to their roots. So the last pick, I expect it to be a raise, which of course is essential in Fracture. Reyna, a pick that a lot of people are shying away from now, but with Astra out of the meta, the Gravity Well is now out. Reyna, I would argue, is, well, a definite option, a viable option at that.
I know that there are a lot of Reina apologists out there, but I'm one of the people where I'm on board with the idea that Reina is the worst character in pro play, and I think she still is till this day. I mean,
Yeah.
if you realistically think about it, Reina requires the individual itself, like himself, to pop off. So if you don't pop off, Reina essentially does nothing for your team because if
That's
you want a
true.
flash, why not a breach? Why not a sky? You don't need the Reina flash, right? So
I mean,
I think Reina kind of deters a lot of that utility, and Clutch Jeans again, not much utility to their team. Because you've gone with the Reina and you don't have an actual Sentinel, you kind of just have that chamber. So again, not much stalling power. A lot of this aggression, a lot of this push is gonna be from the breach and from the raise.
but I'd like to present a counter argument here, Josh. When you've
Yeah,
got Arena in your team, of course, well, you compensate on, or rather, you're lacking a bit on the I'm looking for a word, utility side of things,
utility.
because yeah, you only got a flash, right? But you bring in the confidence when you're at the race. And Clutch Jeans, that's something that they play off of a lot of these
Right
times. We
there.
saw it in KJC scrims, we saw it
Right there.
in Updraft in the last week, and in this current week as well. So maybe this is what's gonna be turning the tide for them. Maybe this was what's gonna permit them to pick up the pace once more and make Hike play at the tempo that they set. And it's all going to begin right here in B main. It seems like they're making a lot of noise, but
Here.
immediately halted by a singular ability, and that's NRK with the wall on the Sage.
Yeah, the wall's gonna deter them ever so slightly, and now a split is in the works for Clutch Jeans, but he already finds the first kill to watch for the Wraith. And now, Clutch Jeans left with 4 players. They're kind of scrambling their way onto this site. But look at how awkward it is to take tower. As High is spamming through the smoke, and Hui with a good reply. So that's the controller down for the side of High.
Tower right now. Now the
One
ball is
enemy
down.
remaining.
Means that Clutch Jeans, they're going to
One
pump
enemy
right
remaining.
into sight, but it's down to 1 versus 1 now between the Reyna and Smash guard down in tower. It's a standoff, and it's Axelus with a beautiful swing, securing the 3K and another pistol round to start it off for Clutch Jeans.
Yeah. May have jinxed the Arena a little bit. 3-0-0 for Axel as he's going off. He's off to a hot start in the game. And I'm surprised that they actually got there. They lost the first player, if I'm not wrong. The first player, actually, I do believe they did lose the first player, but they will still manage to take it back. So really, really well played. And Clutch Jeans. Well, again, much like the previous map, they started off hot, but can they maintain their form? Is the real question.
That is the question is now. Looking for the stack instead of the split. Just open up A side. This time around, Mika doesn't connect on that headhunter. But they're making a lot of noise here. They're all being heard. And another shorty is in play by Zar. Harding now inside the smoke. He finds one before falling down. Leaving CJ 2 men down, but at least they find 3 members in the squad.
Spike planted.
So it's just 3 versus 2 still, and Hike doesn't get
One
those
enemy
upgrades to
remaining.
themselves. Hui picks up Smash Cart. Now Maxaboy pushing up. He knows exactly where Lilo is. He's gonna spot that gun, going for the jumping spam, but it's Hui who picks up the 3K. And round number 2 goes to Clutch Jeans.
3 for Hui, 3 for Axelis. So good for their confidence. It's good to get these duelists online early into the game. And now we're gonna see what kind of response Hike has. Remember, in the previous map, Clutch Jeans won the first 2 rounds, but Hike immediately responded with 2. So we're gonna have to see if it's the same story or not. Going 2 away from the showstopper, so that could be a very pivotal factor. Such a great utility, especially in these rounds, being able to create the space so that the spectators can get up close and personal.
There.
Teleport's ready.
Looking for another split execute down in B. With just the Spectres and a couple of assault rifles on K Reeves and Ford Rave. It seems like Hike, they're playing for the retake here. They're playing at very conservative angles as they wait for the rotation to come through. Willing to give the site away, but the spam does find Axelis. So that's the Empress out, or the Reina out. More utility to come in. Look at that utility pump. K Reeves can't even move, and he's down to 26. Looking for the counter swing, but Lilo shuts him down. He's taking control of site now. Finally, Hike will be there in sight for the defuse. They have to do this. Now, Clutch Jeans are looking to press the issue, trying
One
to stop the
enemy
defuse from
remaining.
happening, but the blind now making it hard for them. Impossible. Hike pick up their first round of 1-2, and like you said, Josh, it's looking a lot like game number 1.
Yeah. 3 players survive for Hike. So they're gonna be relatively happy, but Clutch Jeans, they don't leave empty-handed. They get the showstopper online and a bomb plant to their name. So they should have plenty of money coming back into this round. It's gonna be interesting to see what they kind of go for here. So the chamber, he's played B 3 times in a row, and I'm sure Clutch Jeans are aware of this. They did hit A once on the second round, but nothing else shown
There.
thus far. So it's gonna be another A hit with Axis leading the way towards A main.
Lalo and NRK are just holding on to just a Marshall and a Spectre, so bit of a firepower deficit for Hike, but Clutch Jeans, they aren't a top form either in terms of guns.
Now, stim
Hike
beacon down.
first touch, pushing with the stim
Down you
beacon.
go.
Zar picks up 2 from the get-go, but for the Rave with a nasty shot.
Clearing out.
Shut down
Got
that
the
running
spike.
and gunning Brimstone, but the spike is in no man's land alone. Lilo
Spike
picks up for the
down,
Rave,
attacker
and now
spawn.
that spike control gone for Clutch Jeans.
One enemy
As they
remaining.
are away down in B site, and Mika's just keeping both of them in check. Hui is pushing up in B main, but Smash Card is right there, lying in wait. Perfect crosshair placement, and another perfect shot.
Come
2-2
here.
now is the scoreline. But Clutch Jeans, their economy is now in shambles. It's gonna be so much harder for them to bounce back once more. As is, well, similar to the last game. I mean, it's another 2-round consecutive win after 2-round consecutive win from Clutch Jeans and Hike. They're looking unstoppable once more because they have 3 ults to their name: Showstopper and Rolling Thunder and Orbital Strike, all huge ultimates. And they're looking to be a little bit more aggressive this time, while slowing down or preventing any push from A main. Dish is where 2 people from Clutch Jeans are at.
Here.
So again, it's another split push, but this time it's a little bit more slow for Clutch Jeans.
Yeah, only the Brimstone out towards A main, and they could find him here the wall. Luckily, providing him a little bit of cover for now. But how long will this last? It's a little cheeky wall, and they may not
See
expect
ya.
this position from Zar. Oh wow, he does fight for the Rave. to the corner of the wall, and the drop players haven't made a move as of yet. So this is really a good time stalling strategy here from Hike. They're able to catch these players out as they fall into the bottom side. So now Maxi Boy and Chamber out towards B main. A main rather. Left with nothing more than a Bucky.
One
And then
enemy
Sheriff in
remaining.
hand. The stun's gonna come
Spike
through. It's gonna
down
create
A.
so much commotion
Flawless.
amongst these players, and NRK's gonna do the honors of finishing the round. A flawless at that, and Hike again starting to run away with this game.
They didn't even use a single ultimate. Again, it's the confidence from Hike, knowing that they don't even have to invest those huge ults to secure this round. I mean, it was a bonus after all, but this amount of confidence is rarely seen in pro play. A lot of the times, people invest just perhaps an ult or two in these eco rounds to make sure that no damage will be done. But Hike,
That's
they're all about that mindset where they know they're gonna take over the game. And they do. Now, it's a different story because KJC have all their ults available. And again, they're looking to split down the site where 3 members of KJC or Hike are lying in. Waiting for touch though will be in favor of Lilo against Hui.
So confident, just swinging into the fight. Exilus again. He's been stellar this game. Like barring what I said about the Reyna previously, he's been creating a lot of openings for his team. But unfortunately, the res is online, so Lilo is back in the fight, providing a 5v4, and that's, well, just another added bonus of having the Sage on this map. I mean,
Yeah.
a Sage on any map rather just gives you the res, which is so powerful into these rounds, especially in the mid rounds.
Axelus always got to check that corner where Lilo is, and he doesn't. It's a free kill for Hike. Unanswered 4 from Clutch Jeans. Now they're rotated down to a site where there's still a stronghold for Zar and NRKs. There goes the Toxin screen to help them out in
30
the
seconds
push.
left.
But look at this, the molly on top of the snow orb. What
Spike
else can you
down
do
A.
against that? Nothing. As that's just gonna leave the spike wide in the open. That flash is not gonna help much, but it does aid out NRKs. Good for 1 touch. But that's about it. K Reeves just getting run and gun from all directions. And Hike just gonna wallbang him to his doom. 4-2 is the scoreline, and Hike again taking over this map.
Yeah, but interesting to note, Clutch Jeans didn't even have. They didn't even use any of the ultimates. Not like, I guess not because they necessarily didn't really want to, but the race picked off early. They didn't really have any opportunity to even walk into the bomb site. The Molotov there. So even if they were to use the Rolling Thunder there, they would have been stalled, which would have thrown out their timing ever so slightly. So Hike, just really good pressure. Just preventing
Here.
these set plays from Clutch
You
Jeans.
want
They
to
know they have
play?
to do
Let's
that,
play.
especially ultimates like the showstopper with the Rolling Thunder. You have to take the fight to win. And again, this is what Hike are just so good at doing. And Arkeys again fights Maximo with that wall. You know? Only once, shame on me.
Gotcha.
Wait, only once, shame on me? Only twice? Wait, is that what they say? I don't know what they say anymore. I forgot. But anyway,
Eliminated.
Hike and Arkeys with a second one. And now Axilus.
One
He's been,
enemy remaining.
you know, in this position many times, but well, Smash Cut's just gonna win the fight there, and it's all on K Reeves again with that tour de force.
Loves his gun!
Gets a flick against Anar. That reveals his position, and there's 2 angles to watch out for now. And he's been at this similar spot down in Haven earlier. Will he be able to change the outcome at this time? Seems like he's willing to try to go for the 1 versus 3 clutch. Well, didn't invest anything into this round, just a tour de force, so definitely at liberty too. And 30 seconds means he does have plenty of time for it.
30
as well.
seconds left.
We should do.
And actually, they're backing off from here. They're making the sound cues. And he's actually he revealed his position with that teleporter being placed. So just gonna wait for him to push up. Crossfire set up beautifully, and Zar is a 1 for the touch. Carries falls. Clutch Jeans again unable to secure that thrifty, but was a thrift.
Yeah, I'm not
Or rather,
satisfied with
he
where I
got
left that
started.
line, man. Wait, no. So it's fool me once, shame on me, right? And then fool me
Yes.
twice, shame on you. Is that
No,
right?
no. Fool me,
no.
fool me once,
me-
shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Because you should have learned your lesson.
Oh no, that's where I was messing up. Cause I was like, that
Right
doesn't.
here.
Cause I was thinking it of my way. But I was like, that doesn't really make much sense, right? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
well.
doesn't.
Wait, so what happens if you get fooled twice?
Shame on yourself because you didn't learn your lesson. You know.
Ah.
So that's the thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Learn.
right.
So the moral
Right.
of the story is learn from your mistake.
Oh, okay.
What was the context? I wasn't paying attention.
Cause they put up the wall, right? And
Yeah.
then the wall was in A main, and they had the little wall. Remember how like Zah managed to get a kill in the hole?
sliver
So they didn't learn from their mistake, so they walked into the hole again.
again.
Yeah. So that's what I was trying to say. But then I got confused. Because I got confused. I was like, wait, am I saying the correct thing?
Yeah, that is a very confusing. What, idiom? Is that an idiom? Saying to remember.
Is it an idiom? It's
I don't know. Man.
an old terminology. Just say that. Who even
English
said
is my
that?
second language, so
Who even said that? Some wise man.
But here we go, Lilo, King 2, and all things. Before it even starts, and he finds 2, looks for a second
Attacker
peek.
spawn.
But the op is good for naught, but he does find 2 from the
Gun
get-go
here.
already. The op getting retrieved by Smash Cart means that it's still an alive threat for now. Axodus doesn't get the shot quite off, but he reveals his position now as the op is there to secure the kill onto the Reyna. And again, Clutch Jeans, they finally get their guns, but Hike is just quick to shut it down. The Smash Cart good for 2 with the op. 6-2, and again, it's back to the eco. Clutch Jeans go.
Yeah. At this rate, she's gonna be good for 2 every half. 2 rounds, that is. Oh man. This is so dominant from Hike Digital. And I don't know if they just slow starters or something, but it just seems the first 2 rounds they're like a little bit shaky. But then once they have their foot in the door, they just, basically bash their way through the room, that kind of thing. You know
Hit
what I
them
mean?
fast, hit
It's
them
just
hard.
ridiculous the way these people play. They don't give any space. And Glenn, Clutch Jeans, they don't even have time to use these ultimates, it seems.
Yeah.
Lilo taking this fight straight to them. Axelis finally able to win out a duel. And Axelis has been very good at winning these duels. I mean, it is 5-6, but his duel win rate has to be at somewhere like 80% or something.
True. Finally, Clutch Jeans
Teleport's gone.
might be able to execute with the man advantage now. Who we activates the showstopper, and it doesn't find anyone, but it's for the raid with the aftershock to shut down Mika. So that's the spike plan coming through. Axelus again with the duels,
One
making it
enemy
work. But
remaining.
at the end of the day, it's Smash Cart with the bigger gun
One
as
enemy
he
remaining.
picks up 2, but it's down to Huey on a 1 versus 1. But he's down to 51 health. Has to play this very, very conservatively. Inching into Arcade as Diffuse is getting stuck by Zar. He has to pull up quicker because Huey, he's running out of time. He gives out the sound cue, and it does secure the clutch for the 3rd round for Clutch Jeans. And finally, they're back on the board here, Josh.
Nice shot by Hui there. And I think it could have gone either way. I think at some point, the Brimstone Zar realized that he's isolated the angle, so there's only one place he was coming from. But I think he got off the spike a little bit too late, not able to readjust his crosshair. So Hui just comes around the corner and takes him off. And now the operator online for Clutch Jeans. So not only Mika, but Hui having that operator. So going toe to toe. But I don't know if you really want the op on attack on this map. But we're just gonna have to see how that works out, right?
Teleport's ready.
Op shot on the defense, that is. Doesn't get the connection so
Cutting their
far.
vision.
Will Clutch Jeans actually invest their ultimates this time? Because we did see it last time on the showstopper. This time they have that Rolling Thunder and the Viper Spit available. So as long as they take control of site, they're all set for this defense and offense, for that matter. But they're backing off from
There.
B. They don't want nothing to do with that site.
Poison orb emitting.
Yeah, they're playing it very slow. So, look at how paranoid they are of the aggression. They're just so aware that they could come around behind them. And, I mean, it's not without good reason. I mean, High Digital, they have been playing just so aggressively. But 4 players aiming towards drop. And 2 players, 1 in CT, 1 on the bomb site.
Off your feet,
To catch
Molly!
these players as they fall down. Axelis is going to be the first one in, but he is no raise. He can't get up to the high ground, but look at the drop.
30
It's so
seconds
good
left.
before the raid, and he catch on
Spike
one player on the
planted.
bomb side. Oh, the rolling thunder here. Oh, it could be a very good play. But Especially with one more player falling. The Rolling Thunder could be so good, especially into this Viper's Pit.
Oh, but it's a beautiful play from Max Boy actually running out of sight.
One enemy
Dodged
remaining.
that Rolling Thunder, but it doesn't amount to much because they fell in the end, leaving for the Rave all alone on this defense. And opt to watch out 4-2. But the Diffuse finally getting
Last player
Dude right
standing.
here for the Rave that wins against the Op, but doesn't win it against the second enemy right there. And Smash Cart gets a Diffuse.
Not your day.
Another round for the books for Hike, 7-3.
Oh, it was almost winnable there, but Smash Cut with a cheeky angle slightly to the left of the bomb. Couldn't get the proper LOS, so now 7-3 and Hike.
My
Well,
ult's
Clutch
not
Teams were
ready.
able to take one back. Hike immediately respond with one of their own. So now it looks like Clutch Genes again back to another eco as Sheriff, all in the hands of Axelis. And a Bucky. No, just 3 Sheriffs is all they're going to be able to muster up here. And Hike, again, looking to extend this 7-3 lead.
Oh. Again, another aggressive start for Hike. This time, the upgrade will be making its way, finding its way into the hands of Hui. Another wall right here, but let's see if there's
Wait,
a
is
crevice.
that
Nah, they don't. There's
Nah.
not a crevice anymore. There's no
So what-
trap set by Anar Case. It's actually in B side now in Arcade against Hui. Good for the double headshot.
Satchel out.
That Phantom satchels out into a different angle where Smash Cart will be waiting with the utility from up above. Is where I should be careful of, but thankfully Mika doesn't connect with the shot, so Clutch Genes still at a man advantage.
Look at Zah here. On the bomb site. Headshot delivered by the
One
Phantom.
enemy
And
remaining.
now all these players are gonna stream over. Reeves, the only one left in a 1 versus 2. Look at Smash Cut's HP, so he could absolutely do this. Even the gun upgrade to boot. But now the spike's gonna come and the breach
Spike
utility is gonna be
planted.
so annoying.
no.
And he's going down to it. He can't even get out. Unfortunate there. And well, it looked winnable for just a second until Smash Cut was able to take it all away, and Hike put up an 8th round on the board. You know, Datum, I was just thinking, you know, if there was a crevice and they actually
Last
fell
round in the
for
half.
that, like someone actually died to the crevice again, what happens? What happens 3 times? Like, do they say anything
Right
for
there.
3 times? No. Do they
Nah,
not?
there's not an expression anymore. It's still
Okay,
shame.
well,
on, it's
well,
still shame
I-
on me, I guess.
I'll make one. Well, fool
Ah,
me.
what?
Wait, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice,
Yeah.
shame on me.
Mhm.
Fool me thrice, woe to me.
That is true. I mean, at that point, you deserve it. Be completely honest. But imagine dying to util just like that for KJC. I mean, that's the worst way to go. But here we go, Hike pushing
Spike
up.
down
They don't
A.
even
One
care.
enemy remaining.
They're what is happening right now, Josh? My mind cannot keep up. Hui left alone, 1 versus 5. He gets the first frag, but he has to move away from this, and he doesn't. Again, it's a utility kill for Hike Digitals. They burn another soldier to the ground,
Switching
and they
sides.
secure another round. Hike 9-3.
Yeah. 9-3 on the non-favorite side of Fracture. By the way, I would just like to point out that they were defending in that map. And on defending, you're traditionally not meant to get more than 4 rounds. And if you get 4 rounds, that's already a pretty damn good defense. They have 9 rounds on the defense. I would just like to point out 9 rounds. And Clutch Genes, look at the amount of utility. If you thought they didn't have enough utility on the attack, look at the amount now they have on the defense. They got Reyna.
Right there.
Okay, I don't want to talk about Reyna anymore. But you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. I mean, it's a very sound point. I understand it, but they were playing on a different, completely different note, and that's the confidence when it seems like it didn't work. Because Clutch Genes, they're still at 6th round deficit. It's actually a little bit worse than the last game.
Satchel out.
High to execute now in B. Nilo again, that's space creator, but it's Max for the first touch. Axelis again winning those duels at this point. Not surprising, so is that utility kill.
Spike
Lilo
drop.
picks up Axelis with the paint shell. 3 on 3 now. Clutch Jeans made their way down into a side.
Yeah.
One enemy remaining.
Very surprising here. Okay, well, they decide to just run out and give the round back.
Okay.
So Hike, despite them losing a few players, they eventually collected it towards the end. And again, Clutch Jeans, they looked like they were in position for that hit, but again, Hike just winning all the duels. And there's just nothing much more to say because Hike Digital, they don't look like they have a very like rigorous or thought out executions that they kind of have. It just looks like they kind of just run it down and win your fights. You know
Right
what I mean?
there.
Yeah.
Seems like they. Well, that's what it looks like. Like they're just winging it. But the truth
I mean, I'm
is,
sure.
Satchel out.
Yeah, I'm sure they do
Satchel
fair.
out.
yeah, that's true. That's true. But the truth is, they're just mechanically at a huge gap against Clutch Jeans that they don't necessarily have to opt for those strategies, and they're still making it work. Now look, they have the or rather the firepower advantage. They've already secured a site. Looking for more for the Brave Balls despite having
One enemy
gun
remaining.
against his opponent. Now again, Maxi Boy on a 1 versus 3. Forced by no less. Will he be able to at least find a little bit of damage? Seems like yes, he will against the flash point. He's gonna be able to do this actually. He does have very decent space to work with.
Last player
Won't be
standing.
able to Zarkfalls as well.
Yep. So I'd just like to point out that Lilo intentionally sabotaged his own teammate there, but they still lost. Unfortunate there. And they were kind of giving it to Maxi Boy. I think at certain points in time, if he just hit the correct time, he could have got all three there. At one point, there was
Yeah.
all three at drop, but Lilo decided to
There.
back off. You know, kind of that safety Steve, if anything does go wrong. And I think every team does kind of need that. You know what I mean? Like Faithbreaks, you know, they go for that crazy style, but they still have Benkai at the end of it, or Divine. One of these players, you know, to just clean up the round for them.
Clutch Jeans though, they got nothing in the bank. Remember they forced one last time.
Au revoir, frère.
They're still actually finding damage with just the pistols to work with. Shorty in the hands of Hui. Close angle. Smash Guard doesn't expect
One
it.
enemy
Which means
remaining.
Hui will be able to find it, and they get the thrifty. Just as you were saying about unpredictability here, Josh. They do it. Clutch Jeans secure their first round of the second half.
Okay, so maybe something to speak about because now the gun's transferred over into the hands of Clutch Jeans and Hike on an eco. So we're potentially looking at
There.
an 11-5. And don't forget, 5 rounds is the total amount of rounds that Clutch Jeans have gathered on their previous map. So they
There.
could potentially surpass their previous total with just another round win here. And they're only 11 rounds. Well, I want to say 11 rounds there. Taken away by Hike, but it's still potentially winnable for Clutch Jeans. All they need is a bit of confidence. All they need is
Possible Clutch Jeans.
Oh,
Now
look at
they're
this.
looking. They're finding their
down,
confidence.
attacker spawn.
They're claiming it as they push up. And now they're looking for the last 2 members from
One
High.
enemy remaining.
They spot one out, and Mika is the next one on the chopping block. But his position is yet to be given away. Oh, he does get one before repositioning himself. And he gets it!
Wait.
That's 3.
Oh,
What the heck is happening here, Josh? Mika making a statement, might just be able to secure this round single-handedly. This time he doesn't get the shot off for the Brave.
has
Will be
3
there for the
bullets.
utility. He has 2 members to fight only. Hey, Reeves.
Oh.
Oh, that was scary for a second. But Clutch Jeans secure the round.
Yep. Well. See, that's why you don't feed, you know, your players into that chamber
That
sheriff.
works.
Because unlike the normal sheriff that does 145, the headhunter actually does 159 regardless of raid. So you gotta be very careful because you're essentially walking into a vandal, more or less. Just a tapping vandal.
So dead.
And Guardian.
Guardian. That's right. That's what it was. I knew I was missing something again. Anyway.
Okay, it's forced off by the aftershock.
Off your feet.
The fault line, but here we go. The goal is now committed, and that nullifies the operator completely and opens
You
up
want to
B side
play?
as well.
Let's
Viper's
play.
bit in response, but Maxi Boy's got to play this very conservatively, so I doubt he'll gonna be able to stay in control of B's side as finally, actually he doesn't get shut down. Slithering his way back into the
One
pit.
enemy remaining.
And Clutch Jeans
Last
bleeding
player
house. Smash
standing.
Cart though, he's got something to say about it. Leaves himself in a 1 versus 1 with 30 health. But he's playing Ring Around the Rosie with Maxi Boy. But all it takes is 1 bullet to take care of this breach, so he's rotating. Actually, Smash Cart
Does he hear
gonna
him?
get this plant off. He doesn't.
He hears him. He knows.
Oh, maybe
knows,
does-
he knows.
Oh, he's not. He's checking the corners. He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Well, I think he knows he rotated out, but he doesn't know like where. Like he heard the footsteps to a certain degree, and then he just stopped hearing it. So now he's confident that Maxi Boy's rotated, so the plant's gonna go down. And Maxi Boy has been absolutely bamboozled
yeah.
by Smash Cut. This gen position's so strong as well. No one ever checks this spot. Like you check CT, you check Canteen, but no one ever checks this gen position. But he's gonna shuffle away, knowing that there are just way too many angles to cover at one point. He's kind of isolated CT, so now he predicts B main or Arcane is definitely the point of contact at Smash Cut. He's surely gonna figure out something soon. Tap on the bomb.
Trevor!
Oh, the
Know
fault line's
that
gonna
the
come through, and
poison's
Maxi Boy's just
allowed.
sticking it. He's sticking it. Oh, he's just stuck it to completion. And Smash Cut a little bit too far away. The fault line doesn't exactly get you off the bomb, my man. It just stuns you up. And so, Maxi Boy, despite being bamboozled initially, able to sneak away with the defuse.
Right there.
And suddenly, Clutch Jeans up 6 rounds.
That was super expensive though for Clutch Jeans. They invested 2 ults on top of losing the operator. But fortunately enough, they still have enough bank to work with. And they still have that Rolling Thunder for the retake prowess. So Clutch Jeans, all in all, yes, they had a couple of losses here and there, but able to secure the round and stop the momentum from getting back into the hands of Hike. But it's Mika with just that headhunter, just a headache for Clutch Jeans. Maxi Boy pushes up. The utility from that reach. Maxi Boy shuts it
Spike
down. The push down
down
in A. That's Spike as well. But remember, this is the eco for Hike. Just looking for any bit of damage, and we've seen Mika do just that with less.
Message sent. One
Oh,
dead.
last player standing.
no, please.
You
Okay,
will not
we does
kill
keep him
my
in contention.
ally.
Last
So now he
player
needs
standing.
to get this kill. And now he swings up with the Phantom. And now a 3 versus 1. Oh dear, how did this go so wrong? They had absolutely everything. They had the manpower, they had position, but suddenly it's all left onto Kenny Reeves in a 2 versus 1. Anarchies and Smash Cut. Rolling Thunder as well for Smash Cut. God, they have absolutely everything to work with at 21-8 for the breach. And this is the top fragger of all people for the side of
30
Pike
seconds
going
left.
up against K Reeves.
Such an important kill that was for Hui, but doesn't get the
Oh.
shots quite off. Now they're inching forward. They're gonna get this site for free because K Reeves has retreated so far up into the defender side spawn that he's just gonna go for the retake here.
10 seconds
Spike
left.
planted.
He does have the teleports available now, but that's a wall and the Rolling Thunder against him. So there's just no way. There's no way
Teleport's
K
ready.
Reeves is gonna be able to pull this
Out
off.
of charges.
But I'd love to be proven wrong here, K Reeves. Does it have it in him as he gets chipped down to red health? No. There he doesn't. And NRK secures the 4K and match point for Hike Digital.
Match point.
Oh no. So unfortunate there were Clutch Jeans. They had the round in the palm of their hand, but a slight over-aggress is what cost them. And I mean, it cost them dearly because the Hike Digital are not only on map, but they are on map and series point. So they need 6 rounds in a row plus more if they want to come back into this game.
Spike dropped.
Concussing!
They'll have the Rolling Thunder in their hands though, so Clutch Jeans, I would expect them to go for the retake as they did in Haven. It seems like that's exactly what they're doing now because they do hear the footsteps down and dish down and drop, but they're actually committing that ult early here for Hike Digital. Both ults for that. Didn't get anything out of it. At least they got spike control. Now Clutch Jeans, their retake is about to commence.
High Digital have full control of the bomb site. The Sage Bow as well gonna buy so much time from the defenders, and NRK's in a perfect position to catch these players as they try to break the wall. Louis Showstopper out is looking to trying to apply some pressure to the bomb site. Oh, the Rave accidents with a huge trade. Mika comes in with another one, and K Reeves keeps taking the advantage of Clutch Jeans for now, but they still have to retake the bomb site. It's two players out towards A main. The TP is gonna fake one out. As
Last player standing.
looks to get
One
one
enemy
more. It's
remaining.
Mika up against K Reeves.
Attackers
And
win.
slapped back down to the ground. Hike Digital take it, and they are your KJC Updraft winners. Oh my.
Like Digital taking the cake against Clutch Jeans. They're gonna be your grand champions for week 4 of KJC Esports Updraft, and man, oh man, what a statement run they've had this entire series. All of their games are, well, a stomp and a half, and their series were not close at all either. Definitely a testament to how strong they are. I mean, at the end of the day, it is of course the experience that falls through, right? And Hike Digital being a VCT team, they were in VCT APAC as well. Definitely turning up with the mechanics, as you mentioned, and they secured the championship.
Yeah, absolutely. What can you say? Just look at the top of the scoreboards. It's NIK, Smash Cat score, and Zar. It's not even their duelist player. It's not even Mika, who we saw last game pop off. All of these players have such an insane carry potential. Taken up against Clutch Jeans, one of the top teams here in these KJC updraft weeks, and they've been such a force to be reckoned with. But High Digital just making them look easy, and I think that just speaks a lot, you know,
Yeah.
about the potential of this team and where they've come and where they can go in the future.
Yeah. Before we head off into the night, folks, I'd just like to thank our sponsors for making this event possible. Of course, this event is co-organized with Cyberport and sponsored by Vertigear and the Coda Shop. Also, if you're a free agent looking for an organization right now, make sure to use our platform in the early access stage. Check it out at gg.kjcesports.com and make sure to register so that perhaps an organization will come in touch with you. And that's it for the grand finals for week number 4, ladies and gents. It's me casting with Josh. See you again next week for another, or rather, next time for another installment of KJC Esports Updraft.